We're going to start in a seated position. As you can see, I have hand weights here. I'm going to move them out of the way for now. We're going to start in a seated position, and the key here is when you get on the ball in a seated position, make sure you put a finger on it so it stays still, and then walk in front of it and sit down. I see a lot of people try to walk over it like this sometimes, and that's just uncomfortable and not that safe. So come in front of it and sit down. The key when you're sitting on the ball to make yourself feel safe is you want to be at like a 11 o'clock, or excuse me, like a 1 o'clock position. So if the ball were a clock, 12 o'clock being right on top, you want to move forward just a bit. So you're at that 1 o'clock position. That's going to make you feel a little safer. Another key is you don't want your feet to come back like this. You want to make sure your feet are forward. As soon as your body weight starts to roll back and your feet start to come back, that's when you start to get out of whack. So if you ever find that happening to you today, just stop whatever you're doing, regroup, come forward, bring your feet forward, your body weight forward. You're going to feel a lot more in control and a lot safer. So with that said, we're going to begin with some gentle bouncing here. Pay attention to how far apart your feet are right now. The bigger your base, the safer you're going to feel, the more stable you'll feel. The smaller your base is, you're going to have to use your muscles to stabilize more. So check in with what feels right for you today. Bouncing is a great way to get your blood circulating and your lymphatic fluid circulating. I believe it was day 2 of this giveaway that I talked a little bit about the lymphatic system. So you might want to hop back onto that video to learn more. But essentially, whenever you can get those fluids circulating instead of stagnating, you're doing your body a world of good. So with jumping or bouncing, that's what we're doing here. Also, this is a great way to gently strengthen all the muscles around your spine. So if you deal with back issues, this can be something good to do on a regular basis. It's just going to keep those muscles awake and working. A nice, like I said, gentle way to strengthen. All right, now you can continue bouncing. Of course, you can stop at any point. Or if you want a big challenge, something fun. Actually, it's not that big of a challenge once you get the hang of it. Everyone I've taught this exercise at any age has loved it and can do it. So if you're up for it, we're going to try jumping jacks on the ball. So with these, you open, bounce a few times, close, bounce a few times. Open, bounce a few times, close, bounce a few times. Now, the bigger your movement, of course, the more intense these become. Another way to make these more intense, more cardio, is to not bounce in between. So it would look like this, just like regular jumping jacks. Remember to keep your feet forward so they don't creep back towards the ball, and keep your body weight forward at that 1 o'clock position, not at a 12 o'clock position. So if you start to find yourself rolling back like this, just stop, come forward, regroup. So whatever you're doing here, whether you're bouncing, whether you're doing the jumping jacks with bounces in between, or you're doing, as I'm doing, regular jumping jacks on the ball, make sure you're zipping up in your core. So pretend like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. Keep breathing. We're going to do a few more here. These are an awesome way to get the cardio benefits of jumping jacks without putting the pressure on your joints. So regular jumping jacks can kind of jar your knees. With this, we don't have that happening, so it's a win-win. Good. Come back to regular bouncing if you aren't already. Now we're going to move into bouncing squats. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can have a better angle here. With bouncing squats, you decide how far apart your feet are. Make sure they're at least hip-width apart to start. You're going to bounce a few times, bring your hands to the ball, and come up. Hold. Bounce, bounce, hold. Keep your hands on the ball so it doesn't roll away. Hold. Bounce, bounce, hold. Nice. Now as you come up, make sure your body weight stays in your heels. So I like to gently lift my toes, just as a reminder to keep my body weight in my heels. If your body weight comes forward towards your toes, then you're putting weight into your knees that you don't need to be. Our goal here is to tone and strengthen the back of our legs, use those big muscle groups, not jeopardize our knee joint. Bounce, bounce, hold. Now, if you're getting tired, you can add some extra bounces in between and come up. Bounce, bounce, hold. If you want a big challenge, bring your big toes together so they're touching so your base is more narrow. Squeeze your knees together. That's going to fire up your inner thighs. Bounce, bounce, and come up. Squeeze your knees. So now we're getting some inner thigh work in as we strengthen the backside of our body. A couple more. The breathing I like to do with this one is inhale, inhale, exhale up and hold. Last two. One more time. Nice. Let's go back to jumping jacks, a few more sets. So start by bouncing, open, close, open, close. Continue like that, or move into regular jumping jacks. Keep breathing. Strong core. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, nice. Rest. And bring yourself to a stable position, a still position. Do a couple big shoulder rolls. Now that we're warmed up, let's stretch out our neck. So walk your fingertips down your ball as far as you can. Hold. Then bring your ear towards your shoulder. Let's do left ear to your left shoulder. Breathe. On your next exhale, do a half circle around right ear to your right shoulder. Deep breath. Next exhale, half circle. And one more time, right ear to your right shoulder. Keep your fingertips glued. Posture is strong. Now drop your chin to your chest, come up. We're going to do a different version of that same stretch. Instead of bringing your ear to your shoulder, bring your chin to your shoulder. On your exhale, half circle around, chin to your other shoulder. Now I probably don't need to tell you, but this is an area of our body where we hold a ton of stress, which can cause headaches and a lot of other uncomfortable things. So this is a nice stretch to keep in mind if you're having a stressful day. Once you've evened your sides out, chin to your chest, a couple big shoulder rolls. Before we move to a different position, let's do a quick balancing exercise on the ball, single leg balance. So bring your arms out to a T, that's going to help you balance. If you are worried about staying safe, then just bring your hand to a wall or something stable. From here, lift your right foot up. Now the further you lift, the more intense this becomes. So you decide what you need. Maybe you just hover like a half an inch off the ground. Drop your foot if you feel unsafe and come back up when you're ready. For a bigger balance challenge, bring your hands to heart center. That just means palms together, thumbs at your sternum. Whenever our arms come in towards our midline, that makes it harder to balance. Our muscles have to work more. Take one more breath here. Sit up as tall as you can. And once you finish that breath, both feet on the ground, couple big shoulder rolls. Nice, we're going to move right to the other side. So start at a T if you want that extra help. Lift your left foot up. Now keep your right leg in mind. What I mean by that is make sure the big toe side of your right foot is gently pushing into the ground. That's going to activate your inner thigh. It's going to help you balance, but it's also going to activate your inner thigh, help with posture. Because not only are we toning and strengthening our abs here, but we're also training our posture. We're training ourselves to hold in a strong position, which is not only going to help with chronic pain, but it's also a lot more attractive to have nice, strong posture. One more breath. Lovely. Both feet down, a couple big shoulder rolls. And then come off the ball. We're going to bring it to the wall, actually. So I want you to place the ball at about your lower back level. And we're going to do some wall squats. So with these, once you have the ball placed where you want it, you're going to bring your feet forward a bit. And let's just start with our arms out at a T to help with balance, or at heart center. You're going to come down, push up through your heels. Down and up. Now, similar to the bouncing squats that we did, we want to make sure our weight is in our heels, not our toes. So here's another one where you can gently lift your toes if that'll help remind you to keep your weight in your heels. The further you go down, the more intense this one becomes. Don't go past a 90-degree angle here. There's no need to do that. Now, if you want an even bigger challenge, you can grab your hand weights, and you're adding some extra weight here to move up and down with. So you're just holding at this point. I will give you the option to do a little something different in a second, or in a few minutes, I should say. But right now, down and up. Make sure your chest is lifting towards the sky. Once again, pretend like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. So even though our main focus is our legs right now, you can see that this is really a full body workout if you're keeping all those other things in mind. Nicely done. Last two. Of course, take a break whenever you need it. One more. Good. Step back. You might need to just bend forward, put your weights down if you have them. And we're going to turn around, give our legs a little break, and we're going to do some wall push-ups with the ball. So now you're going to bring the ball to about chest height. Bring your, I'm going to move my weights again. Bring your hands on the ball. The further away your feet are from the wall, the more intense this will be. So start close to the wall. Bend your elbows, chest towards the ball. Come up. And if that's not a big enough challenge for you, then start to inch your feet away and see if you get the challenge you need doing that. Now the key with these wall push-ups is you want your body to stay in one line. So it's almost like straight like a board. In other words, you don't want your belly to sag. You don't want just your chest to come down, but your whole body is moving as you bend your elbows. Let's do 5 more. Last 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1 more. Awesome. Keep the ball at the wall. Now bring it down at about your lower back height again. Lower back to the ball. Grab your weights if you want an extra challenge. This is just an option though. This time, instead of doing wall squats, we're going to do wall pliés. So now you're going to bring your feet a little wider. Toes are going out at a 45-degree angle. Bend your knees in this position and come up. So now we're getting a little more inner thigh work. Same concept though. You want to keep your chest up, core strong, and you're pushing through your heels, not your toes. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Let's do 3 more. And 2. Last one. Awesome. Toe heel your feet together. And then drop your weights. One last set of wall push-ups. So again, your ball comes chest height. Decide how far apart you want, how far away you want your feet from the wall. But actually, that brings up a good point. Also, bringing your feet further apart makes this a little easier because you have a wider base. So feel free to do that if that's what you need today. On your next inhale, bend your elbows, chest towards the ball. Exhale, extend. Inhale down. Exhale up. Zip in your belly. Shoulders may want to creep to your ears. Don't let that happen. Instead, shoulders pull down towards your hips. 5 more. Inhale. exhale. 4. Try to keep the ball as still as possible. That's the goal, that's the challenge. Last one. Awesome. Ball comes down. We've got one final set of wall squats. Grab your weights if you want. This time, our feet are out in front of us. Again, toes are pointed straight forward, just like the first round. Come down and up. Now continue doing this. You decide how big your range of motion is. Continue doing this, or if you want an even bigger challenge, stay down, hold, and an even bigger challenge, you're going to bring your elbows up. We're going to do some upper body work here with some pec flies. So inhale the prep, exhale, come in. Inhale, big exhale. So now we're killing two birds with one stone, as you can probably feel, toning and strengthening our legs as we tone and strengthen our upper body. Core is strong. Very nice. Take a break whenever you need it, just by standing like this. Shake it out. Re-squat when you're ready to rejoin. What do you say? Can we do 5 more? Let's try it. Breathe deeply. 4, 3, 2. Nicely done. Push up through your heels. Shake it out. Good job with those. Step back. And we're going to bring the ball off the wall. Do something kind of fun, which is standing side lunges. So with these, the ball is in front of you. You're going to bring your feet out at a 45-degree angle, kind of like when we were doing the pliés, and give a really wide stance. Inhale the prep. Exhale, roll the ball to your left. Right palm is up, and your left arm is going to come back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch. Left palm up. Inhale, big exhale. Bend your left knee, right palm up. Exhale, bend your right knee, left palm up. So it takes a few sets here to get the coordination down. Once you do, you can decide your tempo. So of course, the faster you go, the more a cardio workout this becomes. Maybe you decide to go slowly and hold in the side lunge, making it more of a strength workout. Keep breathing. Exhale the lunge. Inhale back to center. Couple more. Last 3 sets. 2. Strong core. Last one. Awesome. Roll the ball back to center. Toe heel your feet in. Very nice. And come to a seated position on the ball. One more time. Remember, make sure you put a finger on it so it doesn't move. Walk in front of it. Take a seat. We're going to end with how we began. Bouncing, jumping jacks, bouncing squats, and then one final stretch. So with that being said, start to bounce. Remember to pay attention to your body position. It's got to be at a 1 o'clock to feel safe. And your foot position. Your heels have to be away from the ball or you're going to start to feel unstable. Once you have those in place, if you'd like to do jumping jacks, open, bounce a few times, close. Open, close. Nice. And for a bigger challenge, you can eliminate the bounces in between and you're doing the regular jumping jack movement. Again, getting all the benefits of jumping jacks without jeopardizing your joints, which is awesome. Nice. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We've got bouncing squats next, so I'm just changing my position. So you can see, remember, you decide how far apart your feet are. Wider base makes it easier. More narrow base makes it more challenging. If you want to, you can bring your big toes together so they're touching. That allows you to squeeze your knees and engage your inner thighs as you do this one. So your choice, here we go. Bounce, bounce, hold your ball, come up. Bounce, bounce, squeeze. Bounce, bounce, hold. Now your knees with this one never go past your toes. And once again, I can't emphasize enough, body weight is in your heels, not your toes. Good. Bounce, bounce, up. Inhale, inhale, exhale, hold. Let's do 3 more. Do what you can. 2. One more time. Excellent. And one final round of jumping jacks. So find your position and start when you're ready. Adding the bounces in between or not, it's up to you. Breathe deeply. Zip in your belly. So you're keeping your core strong and stable as you move your limbs. Looking good. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Very nice. Now, I told you we were going to end with a stretch. It's going to be seated pigeon on the ball. Because we're doing it on the ball, it actually is not only a stretch but becomes a balance challenge. If it's too much of a balance challenge for you, meaning you feel unsafe, because that can certainly be the case, then I encourage you at this point to replace your ball with a chair. So keep that in mind. So here we go. With seated pigeon on the ball, you're going to bring your right ankle to your thigh. So you can see why this becomes a balance challenge. Take some practice. Then you're going to flex your right toes. Sit up as tall as you can. Either stay here and breathe if this is where you're getting the stretch that you need. Another option is to hinge forward. That makes the stretch more intense. So there's a lot going on here. We're opening up, stretching out our hip. We've got the balance aspect going on. If you ever feel like you're falling out, just drop your foot down. This might also be a good one to bring some stability to, meaning you could bring the ball and lean it up against the wall. So as you're pushing back, it's pushing into the wall, pushing into something stable. But once again, if you're not up for the balance challenge, just replace the ball with a chair, get the hip stretch. Let's do 2 more deep breaths in this position. A big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose or your mouth. 1 more breath here. Very nice. Drop both feet down. Do a couple big shoulder rolls. Switch to the other side. So the left ankle comes up. Before you bring your foot up, just engage your core. That's going to help you stabilize, help you balance here. Keep your core engaged. Flex your left toes. Hold like this, breathing deeply. For a bigger challenge, hinge. And just like when we were doing the single leg balance, we want to, with this one as well, pay attention to this grounded leg. Notice how your right foot, the grounded foot, it's like your body wants to balance out by rolling to the pinky toe side of your foot. What we want to train our body to do instead is to keep the big toe side grounded. Again, that's going to engage your inner thighs. It's going to help you balance. So there's a lot you could focus on with this one. Do what you can for 2 more breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose or your mouth. 1 final breath here. Very nice. Come up slowly. Awesome job.